I just finished my first semester of nursing school, and wow, first semester has just been, it's been a journey. What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolyn and I'm currently an RN student and I post nursing related videos. This is my first real sit down talking video, so I want to give a little background on myself. I'm actually an LVN right now, a licensed vocational nurse. I graduated with that back in 2018 and I was fortunate enough to get into an RN program. I was so happy about that. I don't think it was even a year after I graduated and I got accepted into my number one choice. So with the school that I'm in, it's 2 years to get your associate's degree and it's split up into 4 semesters. In the first semester, there's 2 classes that we take: fundamentals and med-surg. So that's the semester I just finished right now. For second semester is that I have my OB rotation first, which I'm really excited about. And then the last 8 weeks of the semester, I'm going to be in med-surg. That's pretty much my schedule for second semester. I wanted to give those out there that are watching that are either thinking about going to nursing school, or maybe you just got accepted into nursing school and you're looking for some tips and advice on what to expect. I have 3 main tips, things I wish I knew before I started. So tip number 1, I have to say, is know your learning style. Hands down, this is my number 1 tip, because studying for nursing school when you're actually in the program is completely different from the prereqs. If you got A's in anatomy, physio, micro, all those prereq classes, you think you got nursing school in the bag, boy, you are gonna have a wake-up call, because let me just say, it is nothing compared to the prereqs at all. I almost want to say that the prereqs don't prepare you for nursing school, but that's not true. It's just with the prereqs, everything's very straightforward, whereas when you get into nursing school, everything is about critical thinking, and it's based on concepts. So it's a different type of learning. We can't study the same way that we did for our prereq classes. Maybe some things we could still study and do the same way, but you'll notice you're gonna have to start learning your specific learning style. We want to work smarter, not harder, okay? So if you know that no matter how many times you listen to a lecture, you're not gonna absorb it, don't waste your time listening to the lecture or even recording it, So what I did actually is I went on Google, and you just Google learning style test or quiz, nursing learning style quiz. Just click one of the first few links. There's so many different ones on there, and you could test to see if maybe if you're a visual learner, so you need to see things, you need to watch videos, you need pictures or graphs and tables to learn things better. Or maybe you're auditory. If you're auditory, record your lectures. Of course, ask your professor first if it's okay if you could record your lectures, but I know that's something that I would do, especially if you're working and you're busy, maybe you have a family and kids. I would really suggest to record your lectures. That way, when you're just at home, maybe doing the laundry or doing dishes, cleaning, watching the kids, you could just listen to the lectures. Especially if you have a long commute and you're driving, you could play the lectures as well. That way, that's also a source to get the information. Maybe let's see, there's visual, auditory. I think it's either tactile, kinesthetic. So these are for my hands-on people. You need to touch and you need to do something to learn. Or maybe you learn best by just reading the book and writing things down, everyone has a different learning style, and what works for one person isn't gonna work for the next. So I definitely recommend figuring out how you learn best, because if you don't figure this out before you start nursing school, it's gonna be trial and error for your first semester. You're gonna study for one test by reading the book word for word, and realizing, oh man, that did not work for me. I didn't retain any of the information. And then you're gonna say, okay, second test, I gotta study for this a different way. So maybe instead of reading the book word for word, you just study the PowerPoints and the notes that the teacher lectures on. And okay, you did a little better on that test, but you want to do better. So okay, third test, what else do I need to do to get a higher grade? You don't want to figure out what your learning style is while you're already in nursing school, because that takes a hit on your grade. And as we all know, nursing school is very competitive. If you drop below, I think, pretty standard 75%, if you get below that, you're kicked out of the program. That's it, you're out. It's very nerve-wracking to know that. So prepare the best way you can, know your learning style. For example, for me, I'm honestly like a mix of all learning styles. I could kind of adapt to each one. So sometimes I record lectures depending on the instructor. I take notes. Actually, this is gonna be a long topic, so I might actually make another video on how I study for nursing school. Tip number 2 is to get a planner and be organized, okay? I used to have the calendar app on my phone, Google Calendar, and I would use that as like to put in all my assignments and all of that. But I found, like, although that's helpful, I need something physical for me to actually write in. It makes me feel more organized. So this is the planner that I have right now. I customize my own cover and everything and the design. I got this, where did I get this? I can't remember, but I'll link it down below. I'll link it down. I really like this planner because you get to customize it yourself. I'll show you kind of like how it looks. My quote, don't mind the coffee that I spilled here, but they say anything's possible. You gotta dream like you've never seen obstacles. If any of you guys know where this is from, comment down below. So this is like the month view right here for January 2020. And my first semester of nursing school, I used this planner for basically like my work, my lifestyle, and school, everything all conclusive in here, my social events, and it kind of became too cluttered for me. So now what I do is I'll have Google Calendar, and I time block on there because I like Google Calendar because you could set different calendars. I have one for my work, for my social life, for my school stuff, but then this one specifically is just going to be for my school information. So I kind of already prepared for second semester. I wrote in like all the important test dates and assignments that I have for OB because the syllabus is already posted. But getting into the weekly schedule of it, I have it set up so that the top part is time blocked. So each hour I could write in like when my classes are, when I want to study, what I have scheduled to do. The bottom is just free space. I usually like to write like assignments that are due, things I need to get done for school. So this whole planner is customizable. There's so many different layouts. If you like the planners that go this way, you could set it up that way. You could change these little tables at the bottom, CB whatever. So I really like this. So that's my second tip. Second tip is to get a planner and be organized, and do this at the beginning of the semester. If you're able to get the syllabus before the semester starts, print out that syllabus, look at your course calendar, mark all the test dates, pay attention to all the assignments that are due, and transfer all that information onto your calendar in this planner. Because you don't, sometimes when like nursing school, once you start, you're like on a roll and you have to really stay on top of everything. If you're not organized and you fall behind, it's gonna be like that much harder to just get back on it. I'll link where I got this down below. So tip number 3, my last and final tip, is to be open-minded and to just have a positive mindset. And it sounds easy and simple, but trust me, if you could stick to being open-minded and having a positive mindset, it will help so much. Nursing school is not easy, and we will feel like we'll question, like we'll start our first semester of nursing school and be like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? Do I even want to be a nurse? Am I smart enough to be a nurse? Like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I here? Can I get through this? Like, all these doubts start coming up in your head because, you know, it's a shock to our system. It's hard. It's new. It makes us uncomfortable. But know that if you're watching this and you just got accepted into nursing school, if you feel any sense of doubt, if you feel like, oh my god, I'm scared, I'm not ready for this, like, it's okay. Like, those feelings are normal, but just stay open-minded and be positive. And hey, like, if it was easy, everyone would do it, okay? So just stick with it, push through it no matter how hard it gets. You know, if you're in class and after a lecture you're like, oh my god, I don't even know what the hell she just lectured on, I don't understand, like, or you're in clinical and like you feel like you're slow and you can't catch up and you just feel like you don't feel like a nurse, like, it's first semester. I say this to anyone especially that is gonna go into first semester, because this is where we kind of get our groove for things. This is where we learn. We're in nursing school to learn how to be a nurse, okay? We're not gonna hop in first semester, first day on the floor, and be comfortable with how to do everything. You know, we have to learn how to develop a mindset where, you know, if we don't understand something or if we don't get something right away, just be like, oh, okay, how can I learn from this so I don't make this mistake again? You know, that's why we're in school. Don't be defeated by not feeling smart enough or not feeling like you learn fast enough. Like, any of those negative thoughts and self-doubt, I know it's easier said than done, but just know that feeling is normal, and that's why we're in nursing school. And it gets better. It does get better. I feel like thinking back now to the first day of clinical on the floor to now at the end, it's like, oh, okay, you know, like, once you get that exposure and that experience and just stick with it, you will learn how to thrive through nursing school, okay? So that is my third tip. Just be open-minded and stay positive about it. If this is something you really want to do, don't get discouraged. If you know this is your passion, don't let fear get in the way of you achieving your goals, okay? So that's my 2 cents. That's all I gotta say. I hope these tips were helpful to anyone that is watching. If you guys have any tips about getting through nursing school, please leave them in the comment section below so that anyone else that's watching this, they could also benefit from that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. What if I wasn't recording? I would cry. GoPro turn off. GoPro turn off.